Hujambo YouTube family, Hujambo. Hey, I just recently heard about this so-called politician down in, I want to say, St. Petersburg, Florida, if I remember correctly. I forgot the guy's name, so if anybody remembers his name, let me know in the comments section. But he's running for mayor of St. Petersburg, Florida. And I guess somebody had asked him about reparations. And he had the nerve to say that we as black people received our reparations as a result of having Barack Obama as our president. I actually seen him and heard him say that. And I'm thinking to myself, if we received reparations as a result of Barack Obama, something is definitely wrong. Because Barack Obama didn't do shit for black so-called Americans, okay? But then again, you got to look at it like this right here. First of all, as I've said in my previous videos, presidents are elected, they are selected. Why they selected, the powers that be selected Barack Obama, who knows? Who knows why, but he was selected. And plus it helps to be in the bloodline as well. Because if you do your research, all 44 presidents are blood related, okay? I know we got 45, but most people don't know about Grover Cleveland, okay? Grover Cleveland had one term, was defeated, and then he came back and he ran again. So even though Donald Demon makes 45, we've actually only had 44 presidents. And truth be told, we had more than that, but that's another subject for another day. But anyway, presidents are elected, they're selected by the elite. And so therefore, no, if you want to consider that reparations, something's wrong with him, okay? He's just a racist, that's all that is. And then he had enough nerve to say, go back to Africa. Go back to Africa. If you don't like it, this is what he said. He said, if you don't like it, planes leave Tampa every day. You're more than free to go back to Africa. You know what? Now, before I proceed, if it don't apply, let it fly. Okay? If you're not a racist, then the words that come out of my mouth shouldn't bother you. Okay? Now I'm going to proceed. These racists kill me about going back somewhere. Go back to Africa. Go back to Mexico. Go back here. Go back there. That's very hypocritical. Very hypocritical. That's like the pot calling the kettle black. How are you going to tell somebody to go back somewhere and you're not even from here? You're not even from here. The red man, this is the red man's land. And the black man's land, if you really want to be truthful about it. Because prior to Christopher Columbus' arrival to the Americas, not only was the red man here, but the black man was here as well. Yes, the black man and black woman was here with the red man, minding our own business, not bothering anybody, living life the way life should be led and lived until the arrival of the white folk. Okay? And what did they do? They came and they took and killed. Okay? And so therefore, ever since then, the world has been in shambles. This nation has been in shambles. So, but you got the nerve to tell somebody to go back. You gonna tell us to go back to Africa when we were brought here? We ain't asked to come here. Our ancestors didn't ask to come here. You brought us here. Okay? Okay. And if you want to get on the Mexicans going back to Mexico, let me give you a little history lesson. A great majority of this country belonged to Mexico prior to the Spanish-American War. Do your research. See, when they came from England to the 13 colonies and took that over from the red man, they got greedy. They got greedy. That wasn't enough for them. They wanted more. Just like today, there's nothing new under the sun. They want more. Okay? So when the 13 colonies wasn't enough, they began to expand south. Then they began to expand west. Now, I've said this in one of my previous videos. California, all the border states of Mexico, California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, parts of Nevada, I believe as well, if I'm correct on that. All those border states were Mexican territory. Okay, Mexican territory. So, be quite honest, Mexicans have more right to be in the United States than you. Okay? We didn't ask to come here. We were brought here. The red man was already here. Okay? All other nationalities, well, that's up for debate. But for you racists out there, and once again, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. I'm not talking to you. For you racists out there, you should think twice before you tell somebody to go back somewhere. You should really think twice about saying something about somebody should go back somewhere, because you're not from here either. You're not from here either. Okay? So if you want us to go back to Africa, we'll go back to Africa. No problem. If you want the Mexicans to go back to Mexico, they'll go back to Mexico. No problem. Just as soon as you pack up your bags and go back to the Caucasus Mountains where you belong in Europe. When you do that, then we'll leave and we'll go back to Africa. The Mexicans will go back to actually this is their land too. This is their land too. But they'll go back. As soon as you go back to the Caucasus Mountains, they'll go back to Mexico, so-called Mexico. We'll go back to Africa, and there'll be a whole big happy world. Is that right? Is that right? You tell me. Like, comment, subscribe. Quite heavy. Peace.